Hi, I'm Fake Adam.
And I'm Fake Joe.
And together, we're the Fake Maladjusted Misfits.
And this is the fake one where we talk about friends. All right, episode 21.
21.
I know.
Almost at the end of season 1.
We have 3 more episodes less of season 1.
Right, we have Ick, Birth, and
Rachel finds out. Yep. So after we finish the season, we have 2 bonus episodes we're going to do before we start season 2.
That is right. 2 bonus episodes. So
Right.
we're going to do a season summary.
Right.
Of our overall thoughts and kind of just a summary of the whole season.
Yeah.
Just so we can discuss it as a whole.
Yep. Where the characters went, how they laid them out. And now that we got the DVDs, we'll go back to the beginning. I'll go back and look at all the deleted scenes that
Right. Because we have some deleted scenes in the one today.
Yeah. There was quite a few.
Right off the bat.
Right.
It's kind of a big one.
And then the second bonus episode, we're going to watch The Whole 9 Yards.
Starring Matthew Perry.
And Bruce Willis.
Yep.
And we'll break that down. We'll kind of talk about it like we do the episode of Friends.
Right.
So.
And that's a fun thing we thought we'd do in between every season. We thought we'd pick a different movie from a different cast member.
Yep.
And kind of discuss it.
So it should be fun.
Some of them should be pretty interesting, and others should be regular movies.
True.
We should do one that Schwimmer directed, and he's not in.
Yeah,
so we can.
Because I don't want to watch the O.J. Simpson movie.
Well, that's a whole series. I'm not going to watch the whole series.
No. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I thought it was a TV movie. So remember TV movies? Now they're all TV movies because Netflix,
Right. So now on for episode 21.
Yes. What's this one called?
This is the one with the fake Monica.
The fake Monica. What's the IMDb plot?
Well, Monica befriends the woman who stole her credit card. And Ross is forced to give away Marcel.
Aww.
And Joey tries to come up with a less ethnic-sounding stage name.
Okay. I think that having a unique name makes you stand out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Joey Tribbiani is something that you would remember if you were looking for an actor. Like Saoirse Ronan,
Right.
I like her name because it's so unique and it stands out.
Right, but I only say her name right about 50% of the time.
So this week's episode director is Gail Mancuso. She's a new director. We haven't had her so far.
Oh, she directs a lot. I see her name pop up a lot.
Yeah, so I just did some trivia on the TV show she directed, and because we'll see her a couple more times, so I wanted to keep some trivia.
Right.
So she directed 14 episodes of Friends over the first 6 seasons.
Oh, okay.
And she also directed episodes of Modern Family, Gilmore Girls.
Oh, one of your favorites.
I know. Man with a Plan. That's that newer TV show with Joey in it. I'm sorry. Joey Tribbiani in it. Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, his stage name, Matt LeBlanc. Is...
And then she's also directed episodes of Fresh Off the Boat, which I just started watching this morning, but we can talk about that later.
You just started watching it today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today. Our episode writers were Adam Chase and Ira Ungerleider. They return. So Adam Chase, he wrote a total of 13 episodes of Friends over the first 6 seasons as well.
Okay.
And was the story editor for 40 other episodes.
Oh.
Yeah. And Ira Ungerleider also returns. He wrote a total of 7 episodes of Friends over the first 3 seasons. Was the story editor for 40 others over the first 3 seasons.
Now, the same 40 as Adam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So either one of them was a story editor and the other was like the executive story editor. They went back and forth.
Okay.
And he received 1 Emmy nomination for his writing that while he was on Friends in 1996. Oh, okay. But the thing that I think is the most interesting that I think everyone should look up is that his IMDb profile pic looks the spitting image of Seth Rogen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I was like, did they make a mistake and put a picture of Seth Rogen? But apparently it's him. So
that's funny.
yeah, you'll have to look it up. So
Yeah.
All right. So the original air date was
April 27th, 1995.
1995.
Mm-hmm.
What was the number one song that week?
Okay. Well, the number one song was This Is How We Do It
Ooh, I kind of like that song.
by Marcel Jordan.
I didn't know who that was, but
Right.
This is how we do it.
And I looked it up too because, again, the movies was still Bad Boys.
Oh, okay.
So I looked up the number one alternative song that week was Good by Better Than Ezra.
Oh, Better
And
Than Ezra.
You might not know that song by the title, but you would know it if you heard it.
Okay. Yeah. Adam's a music person. I don't know song titles or artists, but I know lots of music when I hear it. So, and then sadly, the week before was the Oklahoma City bombing.
Oh.
April 19th, 1995. So,
Boo hiss.
I know. All right. Are you ready for some trivia?
I am ready for some trivia.
All right. I promise these won't be depressing. So.
Okay.
All right. So, in the uncut DVD version of the episode, which we talked about,
Right.
the opening scene is completely different. And it explains how Monica actually got her credit card stolen or how she finds out that her
Right.
credit card was stolen.
Yes.
So, Monica's having lunch with her mother and asks her not to talk about her career, her love life, and that she's doing fine.
Yeah.
And she insists on paying for lunch and hands the waiter her credit card.
Yes.
Who promptly returns saying that it's been declined.
Right. And her mother is arguing with all of these points and
Yeah.
is
And
a
then-
little too happy.
To pay for the lunch.
Yeah, a little too happy when her daughter's credit card gets declined.
So I just thought that was really funny that explains the whole.
Right. It
You know.
explains her little meltdown a little
Yeah,
bit better.
exactly. All right, so the casting directors at Joey's audition for the role of Mercutio in the tag in the closing scene are the three writers of the show, David Crane, Marta Kaufman, and Kevin Bright.
You know, I was going to look that up because I was wondering, because every now and then there's weird people, like I know the one Days of Our Lives writer that, you know, Joey pisses off.
Right.
Like, he writes his own lines. I think is like an actual
Days of Our
Lives writer
that's
or
funny.
producer or something. But I was meant to look that up, so it's funny that it's them.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. And then during the tab class, Monica laments that she's uncomfortable and an unnatural dancer, but everyone probably remembers that Courtney Cox got her Hollywood break after being cast as a fan, pulled on stage to dance with Bruce Springsteen in the Dancing in the Dark video.
Yes. And I heard her tell the story about that. Did you watch that with me?
I might have, but you know.
I can't remember if it was a podcast or if it was her in an interview, but she was like, when she was lined up with all these other people and before Bruce Springsteen, and when she found out she had to dance, she was like giving a, no, you don't have to pick me.
Right.
Kind of signal to Bruce Springsteen.
Oh my God.
But he thought she was going, pick me. Pick me.
No. Oh, that's
So
funny.
He picked her up. She did not want to do it. So she was like, okay.
That's too funny. All right. So what were this week's episode reactions, Adam?
I like this one. Fake Monica is kind of a weird character.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is, you know, they do a lot of weird things on Friends. So, you know, you get used to it after a while. But I like real Monica's little young life crisis that she has.
Right.
Again, they have fun with a topic that could have been sad, like the loss of a pet.
Yeah.
They get a lot of material out of Ross having to give up Marcel.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
Right.
That they could have just had Ross mope around for the whole episode, and they make it really fun instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Joey looking for a new name, well, I mean, I think that's just, you know, it's Chandler messing with him. It's fun times.
Right.
I think if you wanted something bland, they could have suggested Joseph Smith.
All right.
But all good times.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot too. I like the fake Monica. I like the existential crisis that Monica goes through because she isn't as carefree and she's already set in her ways at 25.
Right.
I'm a little sad for Ross losing Marcel. He looks really sad. I do like the college applications feel, looking for the zoos. I thought that was funny. Mm-hmm. And of course, Joey wanting a less ethnic name and Chandler's teasing him. And I would have gone with Joseph Ramone.
Joey Ramone. Aww. And you're not the music person of the family.
No, but I do know who they are. All right, so favorite lines. So when Adam was taking his notes, he put my favorite line in because every time Phoebe says it, I crack up. So it's when Joey asks her what she thinks his name should be, and she gets all serious and sits up straight and goes, Flame Boy!
Yes. You crack up every time at that.
I just love her little build up to it.
Right. And again, there's a lot of, I really love all the Harry Shearer stuff in this.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to that when we get to it. I didn't pick any of those lines because, again, those lines by themselves are kind of...
Yeah.
The
whole scene has...
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have the whole context.
Right.
So I went with another Phoebe line.
Okay.
This is madness. It's madness, I tell you. For the love of God, Monica, don't do it.
That was really funny, too. So, favorite moment, I'm going to be really lame. There was a lot of favorite things, but I just really like when it pans back into Central Perk and the guys are sitting on the couch doing the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I just think it's so funny. And, maybe people's first time watching it, they didn't catch it. You know what I mean? So,
right. Well, you saw some posts where somebody said,
recently.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know they were doing this. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil thing.
I just think that's funny.
And I like that you preface it with lame, knowing that I was going to call you lame for that being your favorite moment.
I wrote it down. I even wrote the words. I'm going to be lame.
So my favorite moment, again, I really like the whole scene with Harry Shearer. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with that moment at the very end of that scene after Joey and Chandler have come in. And it's been made abundantly clear by this point that he intends on using Marcel in animal fights.
Yeah. And they all kind of back up.
All three kind of stare at him like, what is happening right now?
Oh, that's funny. All right, favorite outfits. Good outfits this week. There were some good ones, but I got to go with Rachel's outfit when they go to tap class. So she has those plaid pants on and a cute little heart t-shirt, and then she has that oversized sweater. And I just think it's cute and cozy, and she's tucking her legs up underneath her when she's sitting on the couch. It's just cute. Right,
and I'm going to go with the same part, different person. I like Phoebe's outfit.
Oh, yeah.
I like her little tied shirt. Her shirt is, tied at the bottom, and she's got that long purple dress on.
Yep.
It just suits her. She looks very cute.
It is cute. And I would have picked it had you not.
I stole your number one.
All right. So themes we explored this episode. Theme number 1, identity theft.
Mm-hmm. Lots of identity stuff because number 2 is loss of identity. Okay. Kind of not knowing who you are and kind of wanting to be somebody else.
Right. Theme number 3. Finding new identities. Manana and Stalin. Yes.
And number 4, let's see if I could work identity into this. The identity changes after you lose a pet. Or just the loss of a pet without the extra identities. I mean, having to, we moved once and we had to give up a pet.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was rough, but... It wasn't a monkey that was destroying our house or anything.
Or pooping in our shoes, yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break before we do the episode breakdown. Where exactly is your zoo?
Well, it's technically not a zoo per se. It's more of an interactive wildlife experience. Let me ask you some questions about, is it Marcel?
Yes.
Yes. Does he fight with other animals?
Oh, no. He's very docile.
Even if you were cornered?
Well, I don't know. Why?
Well, how is he at handling small objects?
He can hold a banana, if that's what you mean.
What about a hammer or a small blade?
Why? Why would he need a blade?
Well, if he's up against a jungle cat or an animal with horns, you got to give the little guy something. Otherwise, it's just cruel. All right, we're back, baby.
All right, we open, the cold open is in Monica and Rachel's apartment. Mm-hmm. All 6 of them are there.
Sweater vest number 1.
Sweater vest, right off the bat. Rest assured, people, the sweater vest did not go away.
No, they did not.
All right, so Monica and the gang all have a page of this credit card bill, and they're going through it and seeing how much this person spent with Monica's credit card.
Right.
Which is a lot if it's 4 or 5 pages.
That is a lot of credit card.
And I want to know how much credit she had at 25. I mean, it took me years to get a credit limit that could fill 4 pages of charges.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a lot. Anyhow,
Yeah.
Rachel says, calm down because the bank says she only has to be responsible for what she spent.
Right. I like how they get the legal questions out of the way right away.
Right.
We're not concerned about that kind of stuff.
We're not concerned about identity theft. Yes. Yeah. You only have to pay for the charges that you made. So Monica is perplexed by the reckless spending of this person, which Ross says is part of stealing someone's credit card.
Right. They've already thrown caution to the wind at that point.
And then Chandler calls the thief a geek for spending $69.95 on a Wonder Bop, to which Monica replies that it was her.
Right. Now, somebody on the show really loves their Wonder Mop.
Yeah.
Trademark.
TM, yeah.
Because Chandler has one later.
Yeah, he has a Wonder Broom or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you hear Marcel chittering in the background, and Phoebe says, oh, the yuck. I like how she calls it the yuck. And Ross yells at Marcel as the lamp is bumped across the room.
Yes.
And then he heads into Rachel's room.
And like always, I like to imagine one of the grips laying on the floor.
Yeah, moving the lamp.
Shaking the lamp across the...
So Monica says he has to do something about the humping. And we never had a dog that humped until we got Cooper. And Cooper's like this tiny little, he's a Shorkie. So he's like, 11 pounds?
Right.
And he's a boy, but we got him fixed right away. But every now and then he'll hump something, and it's usually his sister, Eleanor.
Yeah. And he's not really humpy. He's like just doing the little...
Yeah. He's not getting into it. He's just on top of her, and
I feel like I should be doing this. I don't know.
And she's fixed too, so it's really weird. And she doesn't put up a fuss. She just lays there. All right, so Ross says the humping is just a phase because I assume you don't spay or neuter monkeys. I don't know.
I didn't look that up. We got some monkey facts coming up. I didn't look that up.
Okay. And Chandler retorts that with a zing. Well, that's what we said about Joey.
Yeah.
And then Joey does not think it's funny. The look he gives him is really funny.
He's like, it's not a phase. This is who I am.
That's right. I have no identity crisis. And then Rachel yells at Marcel to stop it and then tells everyone that her Curious George doll is no longer curious.
Oh, the man in the yellow hat's going to press charges.
Marcel.
I like that Ross just like goes, Marcel's going through a phase. This is one of his first assumptions that he just thinks is reality. Like dating a student is frowned upon.
Right. It's not wrong or you're not going to get in trouble or against the rules. It's just frowned upon.
Right. Every now and then he's like, it's just the phase. All right. So then we go to Monica and Rachel's. And Monica and Rachel are there. Makes sense. It's later. It's dark outside. Monica's on the couch in her cute little robe, still perusing the fraudulent credit card charges. And Rachel comes out of her bedroom, and she's questioning why she is still doing this. As are we all. I mean, it's a sitcom, so
yeah,
we're like, oh, this is going to be part of the plot.
I think I would pour over it, too. I really do. I just... Like, when she was doing that in the middle of the night, I was like, yeah, I would look at that bill like 900 times. I don't know why, but I just think I would.
So Mon thinks this person is living her life better than she is. I mean, she's having trouble disconnecting herself from her credit card bill,
Yeah.
which I don't know. It's a little bit weird, but it's fun. She buys tickets to plays that she wants to see. She buys clothes at stores where she's intimidated by the salespeople. She bought $300 worth of art supplies. But Monica's not an artist. Yeah, it's way easier to spend money that isn't yours.
Right. If you're going to buy art supplies, you're going to spend as much as you can if you have a stolen credit card.
Right. So Rachel tells her that she does cool things. Mm-hmm. She says, let's compare, shall we?
Oh, it's so late for shall we?
Does she go horseback riding in the park? Snore. No, I don't even want to do that. Again, it's one of those things. I feel like horseback riding is one of those things that as a kid, you're like, cool.
Right. As
But
an adult,
I feel like,
it just hurts.
right. And I feel like horses are one of the, I either want a horse or don't want a horse.
Right, right.
I don't want to ride somebody else's horse.
Right.
And does she take classes at the new school?
No. So when we watched this, we were talking about the new school and we're like, what is the new school? Like they say it like it was like we should all know what the new school is.
Right.
So I looked it up.
You found out what it was.
I did. So the new school in New York City was founded in 1919. It's redrawn and redefined the boundaries of intellectual and creative thought as a preeminent academic center. But I do like this part. They're committed to developing students who have an impact on the world and address the more pressing social issues of our time.
Oh.
Yeah. So this effort is bolstered by the university's Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Social Justice, which is committed to fostering an equitable, inclusive, and socially just environment for our community.
Oh,
and they're
fancy.
accepting applications for the fall of 2024.
I thought it was just a place like
Yeah, I did too.
The little place where
Right.
I took acting classes when I was 12.
So it kind of is, but it's like, more artistic and social, like nonprofit type training classes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like...
So my 12-year-old acting classes weren't like that? They weren't artistic?
You weren't changing the social platform of your community.
I got my money back because I was the only one that didn't drop the class after the first
you're
one.
kidding. Oh. And so it was so funny. Adam and I did not meet until high school. Mm-hmm. And he took acting classes at this little school in the city that we lived in. We both lived in the same city all our lives. And I took ballet classes at that same school. So we didn't find this out until after we started dating. And it was years. And we drove by and I started to say, I took ballet there. And he goes, I took acting classes there. It was so funny.
Both at the new school.
Yeah, at the new school. So...
Anyway, back to the episode.
Yes.
Anyway, this person has everything that Monica wants, and she doesn't even have her mother.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. It would have thrown her friends for a loop if, upon meeting fake Monica, real Monica would have inquired upon how to commit credit card fraud. And that was the lesson that she took away from that episode.
Okay. So not that she was living the life. She was like, how do you do this so that I can...
So that I can live the life that I want to live.
So I can frivolously spend money on this stuff. Yeah. All right. So then we...
Ross would have been like, no.
We cut to Central Park. Joey and Chandler are there. They're on the couch, and Chandler is throwing out names because Joey's agent thinks he should have a name that is more neutral. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Joey Switzerland?
Yeah, that's the first name he throws out. And the cute non-Rachel waitress drops off their coffee while Joey thinks he should go by Joseph because Joey makes him seem this big and he makes the little, 2-inch gesture. And the waitress gives him side eye and he goes, and then immediately he goes, which I'm not.
Right. I like the Joey's, the implication there, but you think he would have been like to me, Joey sounds like somebody, like a toddler.
Yeah. So Chandler tries to help him out by going, Joe Stalin. And then he legitimately laughs.
Yeah.
Like he
Chandler goes.
Yeah. But Joey doesn't recognize the name. And Chan says, it doesn't ring a bell with him. And again, he laughs. So Joey writes it down, and then Chandler suggests Joseph.
Yes.
And then Chandler's facial expressions crack me up. It's kind of like George Clooney could just be in the background making facial expressions.
Right.
And I would die laughing. And then Chandler does the same thing.
Yeah.
So Joey says, Joseph Stalin. I think you would remember that.
Yeah.
So Chandler seals the deal by reciting some marquees. Bye Bye Birdie, starring Joseph Stalin. And Bye Bye Birdie was the first, the film title that they were trying to guess in episode 18, the one with all the poker.
The Pictionary.
Yeah, so they can't think of another play. It's Bye Bye Birdie, starring Joseph Stalin. And Joseph Stalin is Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, and I'm more of a short-term prank guy. You know, like I have trouble setting up pranks and then letting them ride when I'm not there
Right.
to monitor them. Like, just letting him go off to his agent, and I'd be like, if I'm not there seeing it, I just feel bad.
Right. I think it's one of those things where you'd say to Joey, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Which means, man, are you stupid?
So then we're back at Monica and Rachel's, and Monica's there, and Rachel and Phoebe come in with laundry, and Monica's on the phone figuring out what classes that she had signed up for at the new school. Mm-hmm. And she's now taking tap classes. and in the one of the little scenes that they cut out, she's does some weird little thing where
she's like, they must have asked her on the phone, like, how can you not remember what classes you're taking?
Right.
And she goes, I have this thing where I mix up numbers and dates, and I just say, and she shouts out this word.
Barbecue.
Barbecue. And then she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And then
I did it again.
And they give her the date for whatever reason.
And Rachel is oddly the voice of reason in this scene.
Yeah.
Explaining that this is becoming a weird obsession. And then Phoebe jumps in, warning,
this is madness! It's madness, I tell you! For the love of God, Monica, don't do it! Thank you.
Right. And again, I really like this moment.
Yeah.
Because, Phoebe's little play here informs the audience. We don't have to get hung up on the reality of the situation.
Right.
We're here for fun. Mm-hmm. Just relax. At least here on the show, we're just having a good time. You don't have to worry about the true implications of identity theft. We're just going to have fun with it. And again, we, the pair of us in the show, sometimes we get hung up on those little details.
Yeah. Because, we're logical. So sometimes our brains can't, especially now that we're doing the rewatch. Because I could tell you, I probably watched this show like 967 times and couldn't have thought of these things. But when you sit down to like really watch it.
Right. And when you're breaking it down,
and
scene
you're
by
concentrating,
scene, line by line.
Right.
You're like, why is he doing this?
So don't take away from this that we don't enjoy the show, because we do. Right.
And again, when we get hung up on Ross and Rachel and stuff like that, we love Ross and Rachel. Ross annoys me, but I think
Schwimmer is an amazing actor in this
yes.
in this whole series.
Yes, and I think they have more fun with him
later,
post season 3.
Yeah.
I think he becomes way more enjoyable.
All right. So we cut to seeing the new school tap class, and Monica, Phoebe, and Rachel are there. They arrive at the tap class and hang out in the back, checking people out. And they take a seat, and the dance teacher comes over and says, "You dance a dance class." And then tells them the spare shoes are over there.
Yuck. The stewardess from Die Hard 2, Carla Tamborelli, tells them to dance a dance class. She was also Daniel Stern's wife in City Slickers.
That's so funny.
That drove her in the arms of Yeardley Smith.
Who plays Lisa Simpson.
Yeah.
All right. So they go over and they pick out shoes, which they happen to all find their size with no problem on the first try.
Right. Spare shoes. No, thank you.
Yeah, right. So Monica asks if they see anyone that could be her. And the teacher scolds the class for leaving an empty yogurt containers lying around. And Rachel quips, "She could be you." Yeah. So they do a little dance, which everyone must know because she gives absolutely no instructions to them.
She doesn't even do tappa, tappa, tappa.
Which is also from The Simpsons.
Yes, there's a Simpsons episode where Lisa takes tap classes. And the only instruction the teacher ever gives is tappa, tappa, tappa. Which is more than this lady does.
Right, because she just says, let's begin.
Right.
So Monica's not getting it, and Phoebe is doing Phoebe in her own little world.
Right.
And Rachel is right on rhythm and step with everyone else. And she goes, you just click when they click.
Yeah.
So the dance ends, and they're instructed to grab a partner. And Phoebe does the little rhyme, and my dead mother said, you are it, and points to Rachel.
Yeah, I never used the dead mother rhyme.
Yeah, we used to do bubblegum, bubblegum. Do you remember that one? So Monica's left alone as everyone pairs up, and the teacher tells her to come up front and be her partner. Mm-hmm. And Monica says she should just take her clothes off and have a nightmare.
Yeah.
And that's when fake Monica arrives, and credited as such, played by Claudia Scheer. So
Yes.
fake Monica doesn't have a name. She just goes by fake Monica.
Yes.
And she asks who the new tense girl is.
I just want to point out, every time we watch this episode, when Monica's going up to the front of the dance class, I'm like, I never remember the dance that they do at the front of the class. And I'm like, oh yeah, we never show it.
Right.
Because fake Monica comes in. But every time I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to watch this because I can't remember.
I want to see her dance. So, fake Monica asks who the new tense girl is and introduces herself as Monica. And Monica stumbles and introduces herself as Manana.
Banana.
And tells her it's Dutch. Of course, fake Monica speaks Dutch.
Why wouldn't she?
Right. And asks Monica, Magi Dizi dans van u. And I apologize to any Dutch listeners. But this translates into, would you like to dance with me? Mm-hmm. So Monica corrects her and says, Pennsylvania Dutch. And then the music starts and they kind of do a dance.
Right. So fake Monica reminds me of a lot of people. Both my performing arts teacher and about every woman I ever met in community theater. Including one of my mother's friends.
Oh,
she
really?
reminds me of one of my I don't know. She has one of those personalities that just reminds me of a lot of people.
That's funny.
People I've met.
Yeah. In the background, before the scene fades out, Phoebe is whirling around.
Yes, Phoebe is pretty funny.
Yeah.
In the
dance class.
Yeah, she dances like me during a line dance. Like, I fucking hate line dancing.
And Rachel looks like she wished she would have picked a different partner.
Yes. Yeah, Rachel's like, oh, man, what?
She just ends up standing there because Phoebe's twirling.
Right. So then we're at Central Perk. And Ross, Chandler, and Joey are there. And Ross pulls out the old standard hi from episode 1.
Yep.
And he's depressed because he went to the vet and Marcel's humping is not a phase. He has reached sexual maturity. And Joey tells Chandler,
Hey, he beat ya.
and the monkey will get aggressive and violent. And he'll have to give him up.
Aww.
Drag. Also, this is false.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
So I skimmed a couple articles about capuchin monkeys.
You want to start the whole line over?
No, I'm going to leave the mistakes in there.
All right, go ahead.
So in Ohio and 14 other states, they are legal to have.
Legal.
Legal. We
Okay.
can have one.
All right. Okay.
If you find one laying around somewhere. But they do require lots of room and exercise. Mm-hmm. Actually, one of the problems is once they hit maturity, once they hit 5 years old, it's not that they become sexually aggressive. It's that they need so much attention and so much exercise that they get bored and then they start acting out and become aggressive.
Okay.
They also may require bottle feeding and diapers for their entire 40-year lifespan.
Oh my gosh, 40 years?
40 years of bottle feeding and diapers.
Diapers. Wow.
Like I said, 5 years, they get aggressive. They'll start biting their owners. They start throwing feces for attention.
So poor Ross has to give up Marcel or he'll eat his face one day.
Right.
Okay. All right. So then we go, so we fade out, but we fade back to Central Perk. Ross, Joey, and Chandler are there. And they're on the couch in my favorite moment. Monkey jokes. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Yes. So I looked it up because I had no idea where that originated from. And it came to Japan during the Nara period through Buddhist exchanges with China. The Buddhist teachings said that if we do not hear, see, or speak evil, we ourselves shall be spared from evil. Oh. So we're screwed. Yeah. So they lament that it sucks and that Marcel is an adult already. They're surprised.
Yeah. I'm not sure I agree with that. That no evil will ever get to you
if you don't speak, see, or hear it. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's accurate.
It's Buddhist. What can you? I mean, I don't know. All right. So Marcel needs regular access to some monkey lovin', or he'll get vicious. So he has to get him into a zoo.
Right.
So when I was growing up, we took a rabbit to the zoo once. We had a pet rabbit.
Oh yeah.
And I, for the life of me, don't remember why or how we obtained this rabbit. But it got vicious too because it couldn't roam around the house because they just poop constantly.
Right.
And so it was in the crate most of the time, and so it kind of got mean.
Right. Yeah.
So we did call the local zoo, and they took him. Or maybe it was equivalent to Chi-Chi going to the farm.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't go to the zoo?
No, I wasn't on the car ride to the zoo.
Uh-oh. Red flag.
So Joey asks how you get a monkey into a zoo.
Ooh! I know this one.
And then he goes, never mind, it's Popes in a Volkswagen. Yeah. So Ross says that they're applying to a lot of zoos, and he would prefer a big state zoo or school, right. Like San Diego. But he's out of state, so that's a long shot. And then the vet knows someone in Miami, but Chandler reminds him that that's a party zoo.
Yeah. And you think Ross would start with zoos close to home.
Yeah, because New York has a huge zoo.
Right. But again, we don't get the college jokes.
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean...
He could have said, I want him to go to New York, but I want him to see other places, Right. So the three girls enter and say that they found the girl that took Monica's credit card, and they didn't call the cops, but instead took her to lunch because she's a fun criminal.
Your own brand of vigilante justice. Which I kind of like that line. That's pretty good.
So Monica explains she's an astounding person, and Ross says she probably stole the cheerleader's personality.
She's a stealer, stole. For somebody with an illegal animal, he's being very judgy.
So then Chandler, out of the blue, shouts, "Take off their hats!" And Phoebe goes, "Popes in a Volkswagen!" And Chandler looks so happy to have solved the joke. And that's where we end. He's got this giddy look on his face. Yeah.
All right, so we're back at Monica and Rachel's. And we're there with Monica, Rachel, and fake Monica. And they're laughing. Manana was very brave. Apparently, they told them that they were the Gundersons in room 615, but the Boston Celtics had the entire 6th floor. Once they realized they were short and had breasts, they threw them out of the hotel. What were they trying to do? Sneak into the hotel?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe they were trying to sneak in and steal soaps and shampoos. Yeah, Why else would you sneak into a hotel?
I think it'd be easy to sneak into a hotel. You just get on the elevator. Right? But Rachel says that they aren't the only ones living the dream. I gotta go pour coffee for people I don't know. Don't wait up. And fake Monica says tomorrow is open call for cats, so they're going to go down to do audition, and they should sing memories and make fools of themselves. Well, I think the only way to sing memories is to make a fool of yourself, right? Monica says no to this, but I thought this woman did things that she wanted to do.
Right. Also, fake Monica is cooking for Monica?
Right. I don't know. So fake Monica says, well, it's because of your Amish background, right? Monica totally forgot that she was Pennsylvania Dutch. Because she doesn't lie a lot, because she's Monica.
Right.
And she agrees and says that, yeah, until I bought a blow dryer and then I was shunned. Fake Monica then says she saw a movie that changed her life, Dead Poets Society. She thought that movie was incredibly boring. That part where the kid went to jail for spending someone else's money? Wait. I mean, the part where the kid killed himself because he can't be in the play? Then she goes on to explain that she didn't understand the full plot of the movie, but she learned to seize the day. So maybe she did understand the plot. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah.
Her take on Dead Poets Society is a weird one.
Yeah, I like Dead Poets Society.
I like Dead Poets. But it wasn't just that he was
Yeah, no.
his whole life was planned out for him.
Yes, exactly.
I get her point. But again, she learned Seize the Day from the movie that's about seizing the day. Mm-hmm. But she hated the movie. I don't know. The fact that she lost 2 hours scared her more than all the other crap she was afraid to do. So the potential 15 years in federal prison must bum her out pretty hard. Monica suggests avoiding Mrs. Doubtfire. And agreed.
Oh, yeah, Adam doesn't like it. All right, so then we cut to Monica and Rachel's. It's the next day. Rachel, Phoebe, Chandler, and Ross. Mm-hmm. So Ross reads a letter saying that they didn't get into the Scranton Zoo,
Aww.
which was their safety zoo, because they take things like dogs and cows.
Right. It sounds like our hometown zoo growing up.
Yeah.
And that's why they took your rabbit.
That's right.
I mean, we had like a bird sanctuary that was just a field that they threw birdseed in. And there were like cages where like neighborhood cats would come in and eat.
Oh.
It was kind of a bad thing. It's much better now.
Yes.
It's
They
a
got
nicer-
some funding, and it's gotten much better.
But when we were kids, it was
Yeah.
pretty like...
It was pretty
kind of
lame.
like, why did we even come here?
Right. I think they did have a cow at one point. All right, so Ross thinks Marcel is taking it harder than him, but Phoebe quips that the chair is taking the brunt of it. And again, the chair is bouncing across the room.
And is Phoebe playing a Game Boy?
Yes, old tech alert. That's so funny. So Joey walks in lamenting that there is already a Joseph Stalin who was a famous dictator.
What?
And scolds Chandler for not knowing that. I like how the rest of the gang go along with it. You know, they kind of just got that.
The whole situation is kind of like the kid that yells at you for not doing your homework. 'Cause he wants to cheat
Right,
off
he
you.
wants to borrow your homework.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. What?
So Joey poses the question to Phoebe and asks what his name should be. And she says my favorite line, Lame Boy.
And there was a cut thing where Chandler suggests Joey Heatherton. And Joey goes, I said, Joey, no. I want to be Joe.
Oh, that was funny.
All right. So then we're at Central Perk. And it's Ross and Harry Shearer.
Yay.
And Ross is asking Harry Shearer where the zoo is. Okay, so Harry Shearer, for those of you who don't know, is the star of many a movie, including This is Spinal Tap. His first credit is 1953's Abbott and Costello's Go to Mars.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Which I will be watching later today. But he's mainly known for playing characters on The Simpsons,
Yes.
including, but not limited to, Mr. Burns, Smithers, and Ned Flanders.
Yes.
But Harry Shearer, who is credited as Dr. Baldahar, informs him that this is not a zoo per se, but an interactive wildlife experience. But he has questions about, is it Marcel? And we did our first dramatic line reading about this, so I'm not going to do the whole scene. But suffice to say, Dr. Baldahar, whose name is never used, but they give him the scary doctor title anyway, which I think is hysterical.
Right.
Is
I think it's funny that he's a doctor.
Yes. He's definitely running an illegal animal fighting ring in New York City.
There's a lot of illegal activity in this episode.
Yes, they're all breaking the law all over the place. Anyway, Chandler and Joey and Marcel rush in. And sweater vest number 2.
2 sweater vests.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a while since we've had 2.
I know.
Marcel got into San Diego. So, quick tidbit alert. When Ross goes to the San Diego Zoo in season 2 to search for Marcel, it is none other than Dan Castellaneta, who plays Homer on The Simpsons.
That's right.
That he talks to then.
So they must have known each other or something, because I just think that's really funny.
Yeah. Well, of course it started with Hank Azaria. You know, he's played David and he's on it.
Yes.
They're like, let's bring another,
Simpsons
Simpson
person.
person for the monkey. But Dr. Baldahar warns, you're making a big mistake here. If you give him to me, I'll start him off with a blind rabbit and give you 20% of the gate. Animal fights. One of the many topics that are fun to joke about, but extremely unsettling in reality.
Yeah, that's really, not fun. So then we cut to Monica and Rachel. Mm-hmm. And Rachel's there by herself. Mm-hmm. With Monica in an early midlife crisis. We get to see Rachel's feeble attempts to clean.
Yes. They show the whole apartment's a mess because Monica has been out of the picture for a week or whatever, playing with fake Monica, not worrying about her day to day.
So I just love how Rachel lifts up the newspapers to wipe the table.
Right.
And then puts the papers back.
Right.
And there's dishes piled up in the background so you can see the leftovers of the bread that Monica was making. And
watching Rachel clean is like watching Joe do the dishes.
Hey, I mean, I load the dishwasher, but...
What was that meme you just showed me the other day?
It was like, some people load the dishwasher like they're Swedish architects and other people load it like they're a rabid squirrel on methamphetamines or something. I'm the rabid squirrel. So Monica comes in drunk, explaining that she just crashed an embassy party with fake Monica. Mm-hmm. And there's a cutscene in there where she says she thinks she kissed, was it a bishop or something?
Yeah, a bishop.
Yeah.
Or it might have been a chef.
That's right. It was funny. So Rachel scolds her for not calling because she has been worried. And Monica sticks her face under the faucet to drink, exclaiming that water rules.
Yeah, water rules.
So Monica didn't go to work yesterday, and she tells her she won't be going in today because they're going to the Big Apple Circus.
Right.
So I looked it up.
Oh, man, you ruined my joke later then.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's still around. They're celebrating their 46th anniversary season, and I signed you up for their email list, so you'll get to see all the shows that are coming this spring.
Oh, fuck that.
I didn't really sign you up.
Unsubscribe.
So Rachel tells her she's going to lose her job, and she says it's not her. But Monica shouts and says she doesn't need to be the person who fluffs the pillows and pays the bills as soon as they come in. When she's with fake Monica, she's so much more than that. She's Manana.
I'm Manana.
And then the phone rings, and it's the credit card people saying that they've arrested the fake Monica.
Oh. So then we go to New York Department of Correction, Rikers Island. Monica and fake Monica. Our Monica is cleaned up and sober and waits at that prison glass thing for fake Monica to come in. And she's like, how are you? And she's like, okay, fortunately blue is my color. How'd you know I was here? And she's like, I'm Monica Geller. You were using my identity, dumbass. And she was not expecting that.
No, she wasn't. Her face is like, what?
Monica assures fake Monica that she did not turn her in.
Yeah.
And she's like, thanks. No, thank you. You taught me so much. Blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't have sung Memo at the Winter Garden Theater. So Monica can't believe her Tyler Durden is locked up. Who will take her to do weird illegal things now? And then fake Monica gets real for a minute.
Yeah.
And she's like, I peed in front of 25 other women today. And you're worried about who will take you to the Big Apple Circus? Something Adam's not even interested enough to Google to see if it's real?
Well, I Googled it.
So fake Monica explains she'll go back to being Monica because that's who she is. Yes, necessarily. Because maybe it's an Amish thing.
But I'm not actually Amish.
Then why are you like that? Well, I'm a neurotic and I'm Jewish. Oh, that makes sense.
And my mom criticizes everything I do.
Right.
All right, so then we go back to the new school tap class. And Monica's by herself, and she's standing at the back of the tap class, and the teacher shouts, are you in or are you out? And she decides she's in and starts tapping. And the teacher goes, you in the back, you're getting it all wrong. And Monica goes, but at least I'm doing it.
Fuck you, lady. You haven't given one single instruction.
You just expect people to walk in from the street and know how to tap.
And just do the routine with everybody else.
Yes, this is the new school, Adam. They expect you to come in knowing how to tap.
It's like when Monica goes to the chef's class.
Right.
And she already knows how to cook.
Right.
These are all tap professionals. So then we're at JFK Airport. Rachel, Phoebe, Chandler, Joey, and Ross, and Marcel. First off, I feel like Ross would have yelled at Monica for missing Marcel's send-off to visit a no-name at Rikers Island. Second off, sweater vest number 3.
Oh my God, 3 sweater vests in one episode. Is that a record?
I think there were 3 before.
Okay,
I think 3 is the standing
That
record.
is amazing. All right, we're good.
The flight for San Diego is boarding, and the gang has prepared their goodbyes.
Okay.
So first up is Phoebe, and she wrote him a poem that he's not supposed to eat until he's on the plane. So she wrote him a poem nobody's ever going to read.
Right.
Chandler sticks with the college theme. Remember, there's going to be babes there, but there's also lots to learn. Joey, sharing his feelings, confesses he's hungry. And Ross, I noticed at this point, has a banana pin on his lapel. Ross has a banana pin on his lapel.
It is so funny. It's like, okay, what?
Anyway, Rachel comes up, gifts her Curious George, already filthy with monkey love. So Marcel has something to do on the plane.
I just like it. Here's something to do while you're on the plane.
And Ross asks for a moment alone. Yikes. With the monkey.
Yeah.
He says he'll miss him and he'll never forget him. And he's been more than a pet. And then the humping begins.
I think he acts kind of jerky there at the end. Like,
Well,
just take him.
Ross feels bad about the goodbye.
Yeah.
He wants it to be sweet, and then the monkey starts humping his leg. He should have put him in the crate, said, bye, Marcel, hold his little finger.
Yeah.
It's Rossi, hold my finger. I can tell from the goodbye that Marcel's going to be back.
Oh, you do? Okay.
If I didn't know,
Right.
like I know for certainty that Marcel shows back up again, I could tell from this goodbye, this is unresolved between the two of them.
Okay.
And I think that's what they're going for.
And Rachel looks like she's gonna cry, like literally. If you look, she's in the background, but she really looks like she's about to tear up.
Which, I mean, it is sad.
Yeah.
To separate from a pet that you care about. Again, we've talked about our feelings about Marcel. I think at least the guys, Joey and Chandler, should have at some point been like, oh, good.
Yeah. All right. So our tag is a random theater. And Joey enters to read for the role of Mercutio. And they ask him what his name is. And he says, Holden McGroin.
I don't love the Holden McGroin joke.
Yeah.
But I'm even more upset because Joey would make a horrible Mercutio. A plague on both your houses.
And that's the end of the episode.
That's the end. Cut and print.
All right, we're going to take another short break. We'll be right back.
What do you think?
Lots of things.
Which one do you think she is?
May I help you?
Oh, no, thanks. We're just here to observe.
You don't observe a dance class. You dance a dance class. Spare shoes are over there.
What does she mean?
I think she means, you dance a dance class.
Do you think you see anyone that could be me?
People, last time there were some empty yogurt containers lying around after class. Let's not have that happen again.
She could be you.
Adam, why the voice?
Hard to say.
All right, we're back for the wrap-up.
We're back.
So, what did I learn from this episode?
What did you learn?
I learned that Monica thinks she should be someone else, but realizes she's very comfortable being herself.
Yes.
Which she did once before with her shoes haphazardly strewn about, you know.
Right,
she does this again. She's Monica. That's how she is. Rachel can tap.
Yes.
Phoebe knows Pope jokes. Joey. Oh, Joey. And Ross, well, he loved Marcel, and he still needs therapy now that Marcel is gone.
Yeah, probably even more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that Monica wants to take more chances. But she'll immediately want to hit the undo button on that next week. Because that does not go well for her.
No.
Sometimes laws concerning animals are in place for a reason.
Yes.
Strange but true.
Absolutely.
And a Tribbiani by any other name would still like sandwiches all the same.
Oh, you're a poet and you didn't even know it. All right, so what are your final thoughts?
So it's strange with all the identity stuff that fake Monica never gets a name.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry Shearer is Dr. Baldaharar.
Yeah.
But this woman, who won't get out of prison until after the end of the show run, never gets a name.
Right. It's weird.
I think it's funny that she's just burdened with fake Monica.
Yeah, so even at the end, they don't say,
Right.
so-and-so.
Monica's never like, what is your name?
Right. Well, she had to know her name in order to go visit her.
Right.
My final thought is I think it's odd that Ross's vet didn't turn him in for having an illegal animal. Shame on her.
Well, he probably had to find a vet that would be willing to look at him.
Yeah, that's true. He took him to see the Akundis guy.
Akundis.
All right, sweater vest tracker. Prior count.
18.
We had
3 in the episode.
So we are up to
21.
21 episode total. That's
Beating
amazing.
expectations.
Yes.
It got so sparse that we were hoping for 20, and we hit 20. So now the hope is
we get enough for the end of the season.
Yeah, we get enough so it's even with the episodes. We'll see if that holds out or not.
All right, fingers crossed. So next week we have
the one with the ick factor.
Yes.
Phoebe will be Chandler's assistant and bring him the wrong orange juice. No, wait.
No,
that's when
another.
Chandler was Joey's assistant. Phoebe tells him that people don't like him.
Yes.
And Monica bangs a minor.
Oh.
Sweet, wholesome fun.
It's so sad. Oh.
Monica bang. Maladjusted moments.
So this week we feel better.
We do feel better.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of stuffiness still, but
just a little residual stuffiness.
hopefully we sound a little bit better.
It was very snowy this week, which is unusual because we haven't had snow for like 6 winters, and then we had snow.
Yeah.
So I got to work from home a couple days, which was nice. Mm-hmm. And we finished season 4 of Fargo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get to start the new season
Yes.
probably today or tomorrow.
Yes.
And we'll get to see John Hamm and Juno Temple
Yeah.
and see how everybody in the new cast works out. Steve Harrington's in there too.
Oh, really? Oh, from Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love him. I love John Hamm, too.
Yeah, you do.
Let's see. What movies did we watch this week? We did watch Bad Words last night with the boy kid.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It
You're a
cracks
big
me
Jason
up.
Bateman.
I am.
fan.
I listened to his podcast.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Smartless.
Smartless.
Yeah, with Sean Hayes and Will, what's his last name? Arnett.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to say Forte. And I was like, it's not Will Forte.
No, it's not. But they have a podcast and I like it.
Yeah.
I just love Jason Bateman because I think that he doesn't act. I think that's just how he is.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch Ozarks,
No.
but you did.
Yeah.
Because Adam started it and he said you wouldn't like it because it would make you anxious.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is like Rounders. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that storyline.
Right.
But it's that kind of thing that
Yeah.
you're just nervous about.
I just don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially now, that's why she watches Friends
Yeah, it's true.
over and over because
Yeah.
she likes comfortable and she knows where it's going.
Yep. I know exactly what everyone's going to say and do. Nobody surprises me. I started watching Fresh Off the Boat this morning because I saw it on the, while I was doing my research on the director, Gail.
Okay.
And I saw that Randall Park was in it, and I love him. He's
Right.
hilarious.
Ironically, he was fake Jim.
Yeah,
on The Office.
that's right. And Paul Scheer is in it, and
Yeah.
we listened to his podcast too. So, and that's called "How Did This Get Made," which we mentioned once before.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some exciting news on our Facebook page this week.
Oh, okay.
The one where we talk about Friends. Michael M. posted, and I wanted to give him a shout out because he said it's his favorite podcast of Friends, hands down, and he looks forward to every Friday when a new episode drops.
Oh, well, thank you, Michael M. That's very nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was really sweet, and we have a fan.
Nice.
Well, at least we have a fan that reached out to us. Anything else happened this week? It was kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, we're snowed in and
Yeah.
nobody could go anywhere for a couple days. And
Yeah.
so not much was going on. We did give the one dog a haircut yesterday.
Cooper and Eleanor. Eleanor is a multi-poo.
Yeah, and she gets a haircut about every
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
give or take. I mean,
Yeah.
she needed a haircut because the snow was so deep that she was coming in just a full icicle.
Yeah, she's so funny. She absolutely loves the snow. I think she's like me. She has hot flashes, and she just goes out and face plants in the snow.
Yeah. We did that, and then we had to cut her nails.
Oh, God. It took 3 people, me, Adam, and the boy kid, to hold this dog and comfort her to get Adam to clip her nails. It's an ordeal. And then the other dogs are like jumping on me, like, why are you hurting her?
Right.
So
What's
everybody
going
got a
on?
haircut and a bath yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. We enjoy talking to you guys, and we hope you tune in next week. But we would like to hear your thoughts and reactions regarding future episodes to be shared with the rest of the class. If you just want to reach out and say hey,
Come on, we'd like to hear from more of you misfits out there.
email us at themaladjustedmisfits@gmail.com. Rate us and leave positive comments.
And if you have negative comments, try to leave them in a positive way.
Oh, make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We do post funny memes, and I do drop the new episode every Friday.
Mm-hmm. Well, Joe, you ready for a cup of coffee?
Always. Bye Bye Birdie, starring Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin is Fiddler on the Roof.